Hey everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and kind of like I said in the other Portal 3K commander that I have done, we're going to be doing a couple of these because I find them fascinating and interesting. And so today, without further ado, let us get into the next one. So disclaimer here, our commander is Zhou the Tyrant, another character from the Three Kingdoms period of Chinese lore and history, and boy howdy did did he get done dirty on his art. Oh god, he looks like a South Park character. But just to let you know that this is a $737 deck, and $230 of that is from Zhou here. Also, once again, for those folks who do speak Chinese, please let me know if I'm mispronouncing it. I am trying to get these correct, pronounce them as correctly as I can. I do struggle a little bit with the pronunciations. I am not a native Mandarin or Cantonese or any form of Chinese speaker. I am learning Korean because my wife is Korean, and but the two languages are not the same. Hangul is a phonetic alphabet, which is a little bit easier, but please let me know if I pronounce this correctly. So, Zhou the Tyrant. He is a 3/3 for 4 colorless generic, 1 red, and he says when Zhou comes into play, choose one of your opponent's creatures. That creature deals damage to him or her equal to its power. I want to play this card on Mitch when he doesn't have a sack outlet for his giant Crash. That's all I want to do. I just want to have his Crash beat him to death with himself. So I'm gonna probably have to get a Zhou here. So here's the play. We're gonna play Zhou. We're gonna try to clone him and have people's creatures kill them to death with each other. All right, let's get straight into it. We're only running 17 creatures. Not a whole lot, right? 17. But they're all in here for specific reasons. We've got Alexios Deimos of Cosmos. I love this guy. He goes around the table and he beats the brakes off of all of our opponents. He cannot attack you. He cannot be sacrificed. And he just keeps going around the table, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and just beating people. And this is important. One of your opponents is like a creature they control, so you can choose your own Alexios. And hit them with it, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't quite look at the Oracle text. Then we have Brash Taunter. It's red stuffy doll, right? Whenever he's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. We have Delina Wild Mage, which is when she attacks, choose target creature you control, then roll a d20. You on a 1 to 14, you create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy, and then except it's not legendary, and it has exile this creature at the end of combat. So attack. You have Zhou, get a copy of it, hit somebody, and then you can create one. Then with a 15 to 20, you create one of those tokens, roll again. So like the 15 to 20 makes it non-legendary and till end of turn, and then you get to do it again. Felden of the Third Path. He also makes a token that's a copy of target creature card in your graveyard, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So if you wanted to let Zhou go to the graveyard, you can use Felden here to make copies of him. We have Flamerush Rider. When he attacks, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature that's tapped and attacking. Exile that token. You can find ways to make Zhou unblockable with like Whisper, Silk Cloak, etc. We have Heartless Hidetsuku. Heartless Hidetsuku deals damage to each player equal to half that player's life rounded down. We are just trying to race people to the bottom here. Iron Mur for a Mana Dork. Jaxus, discard a card, create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. It gains haste, and when the creature dies, draw a card. So it's going to die immediately, the Zhou is, but you're going to get your Zhou trigger, and then you're also going to get to draw a card. We have Karn the Betrayer, which is Karn the Betrayer attacks and blocks each combat if able. He's a 5/1. When you lose control of Karn the Betrayer, draw 2 cards. And if damage would be dealt to Karn the Betrayer, prevent that damage and an opponent of your choice gains control of it. Highly recommend running things like with Goad, so that way you do not get beaten to death with your own card. Kiki Jiki, this don't use this to copy your you obviously can't use this to copy your own Deng Zhuo, but what you're going to do is copy things like your Flame Rush Rider, right, or your Professional Phrase Breaker, or even your Roaming Throne to double trigger. So like you can Kiki Jiki your Roaming Throne, naming human or whatever creature. I'm assuming he's a human warlord or something like that for creature type. And then, you get extra triggers off your Deng Zhuo copies. We have Ortheon. He's going to create copies that are tokens of things. We have Professional Facebreaker to get ourselves some treasure tokens. It's whenever one or more of your creatures control deal combat damage, and then you can exile the top card of your library by sacrificing a treasure, and you can play it. Riona Fire Dancer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create X tokens that are a copy of another target creature you control, where X is 1 plus the number of instant or sorcery spells you've cast this turn. They gain haste. So if you cast some instants and sorceries, you can get a whole bunch of Deng Zhuos. Soulfim, it's going to double the damage that they're going to do. We have Sunspine Link, so players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. And when Sunspine Link enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. And we have Zhou the Punisher. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Sorceries. We got Blasphemous Act in here. Blasphemous Act is like the best Wrath effect in red for what it's worth. We have Brass Bounty. For each land you control, create a treasure token. Cathartic Reunion. You discard 2 cards, draw 3. Crackle with Power. It's going to deal 5 times X damage to up to X targets. Faithless Looting's in here. Heat Shimmer, create a token that's a copy of a target creature except it has haste, and you sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step, exile it. Mana Geyser gets you a bunch of mana. Twin Flame creates copies. Winds of Change, you shuffle your cards from your hand into your library and draws that many cards. We have a whole bunch of instants in here. Barrel Down Sokinzen, which has Sweep. Return any number of mountains you control to their owner's hand. Deals damage to target creature equal to twice the number of mountains returned this way. Sweep was a mechanic that I couldn't remember when I was talking about how terrible Kamigawa was. This only has 4... There's only 4 Sweep cards, I believe, in all of Magic. Blazing Shoal. You can remove a red card with converted mana cost X. Target creature gets plus X plus 0. So here's the other thing you can do. You can pump up your opponent's creature. So with things like Bulk Up, right? Blazing Shoal, Downhill Charge, Enrage. Do all of these things, and then you can copy those spells with like Flare of Duplication, etc. And then play your Deng Zhuo. We have Overblaze. Each time target permanent would deal damage to a creature or player this turn, it deals double that damage. Price of Progress to punish people for playing non-basics. Reiterate. We have Reverberate, Rush of Blood, Seething Song, Throw of Possibility, Unexpected Windfall, Unleash Fury. Then we have our artifacts. We have our Blade of Selves to do Myriad with Deng Zhuo. We do have Cage Sun, Gauntlet of Power, and Extra Planar Lens to double all of our red mana. Conjurer's Closet, Cauldron of Souls. These are here for the Deng Zhuo blink. We have Erratic Portal to return him. Snaring Bridge, so creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. Helm of the Host, you can make more of them. Panharmonicon doubles his trigger. Horizon Stone, if you would lose unspent mana, becomes colorless instead, since we do have those big red X spells as a backup plan. Ruby Medallion and Strionic Resonator. Enchantments, we are running Braid of Fire. We're running Mana Flare. We're running Splinter Twin, Mirror March. Those are going to be there for the copies. We have Flame Shadow Conjuring. Whenever a non-token creature enters, again, you can pay red. If you do create a token, Dictate of the Twin Gods is going to let you, deal double damage. Descent into Avernus. Love this card. Love it, love it, love it. Play it in a lot of things. And then Repercussion. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, Repercussion deals that much damage to that creature's controller. Lands. Look at how complicated this is. We've got 33 mountains, and we've got 1 Valakut. I know that's a little low on our land count, but I think we can pull it off in red. Let me know what you think of Dong Zhuo here. I know that these Portal 3K commanders are pretty rare to see nowadays. Some of them are pretty pricey, but, you know, proxies are a thing that you can do. I won't ever shame anybody for proxying if they wanted to build a Dong Zhuo deck. But, as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.